For some reason, the last video got cut off, so I have uploaded it to YouTube, and then I'm going to try to upload both of these. So there will be a part 1 and part 2 of these announcement exercises. So I was in the middle at the end of the last video of explaining modus bonehead to you, and I was saying let's say that we're negating the antecedent. So in this case, if Betty's happy, then Paul's happy is the first premise. The second premise is Betty's not happy. It would intuitively sound plausible, I guess, to think that therefore Paul is not happy. But if you look at the implications of the first premise, if Betty's happy, then Paul's happy, then what you see, is that, if you really think through it, what you see is that all we've said there is that in every instance, in every world possible where Betty is happy, we're also going to find Paul happy. We haven't said anything at all about the limitations of Paul's happiness, right? Except that if Betty's happy, then Paul's happy. So when we say that Betty's not happy, we really don't. There's really nothing that we can conclude about Paul's happiness, right? So that's an invalid form. If we were to say if P then Q, not P, therefore not Q, we would have an invalid form of argument. In other words, the conclusion does not follow from those premises. Okay, or even if those premises are true, the conclusion is not bound by them at all. Okay, does that make sense? Another way of doing this, so the good valid forms are the affirming the antecedent and denying the consequent. The bad argument forms are denying the antecedent and affirming the consequent. So if we were to affirm the consequent, what we would have is if P then Q, if Betty's happy, then Paul's happy. Q, therefore, and it would Paul's happy. We would conclude invalidly that Betty is happy, right? So that doesn't work either. Again, if you look at it, we aren't really saying anything about Betty's happiness when we know that Paul's happy, except that if Betty's happy, then Paul's happy. So it would be invalid then to say if Betty's happy, then Paul's happy. Therefore, second premise, Paul's happy, therefore Betty's happy. We don't know anything about Betty. Okay, so that would be an invalid form. Again, we're looking at the form of these arguments here, not at whether the individual cases are true. So the only thing we're really concerned with is if it's true that if Betty's happy, then Paul's happy, and we know that Betty's happy, then we know that Paul's happy, right? Does that make sense? It takes a little bit, but part of this is about getting you to see the extension, right, of what's being said. Okay, so to look at what's implied as we think through the sense of what's being said, that's a sort of new enterprise for you. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have to say. Good luck on the exam. If you have any troubles content-wise or whatever, then reach out to me. I see that a couple of you have already taken the exam, and good on you. That's great. Get this knocked out and be done with it. Okay. So best of luck. Talk to you soon. Bye.